Hey, it's Pan from Dragon Ball GT, and you're watching the DenoxSeries. Yeah!
The History of the DenoxSeries 2017 Timeline Part 1. Hello everyone, this is DenoxSeries speaking once again, and welcome to the first half of the 2017 timeline of the History of the DenoxSeries. Where we last left off, Game on Magic West had a grand opening, and I announced that I am finally going to be visiting New York City on January of 2017 after almost 16 years of never having a chance to go. Now we go to my goals and planning video of 2017, which one of my biggest announcements I made was finally upgrading to a gaming PC powerful enough to edit full HD videos and live streaming. It sucks that stuff like the professional Canon camera and studio lights I never got until literally late last year in 2018 as of the time of this recording. Better late than never, I guess. Then I did a video tour of both the gaming section of the 2016 Aguadacon and in Game on Magic West recorded in December of 2016 as well. Also, we got Pokemon White version that also has this, and as you can see here, 2014, no Wi-Fi. Then I stated my opinion on the whole Nintendo Switch review that happened on January 12, 2017. We finally got to know more details on some of the first games that will be coming out during the first year of the Nintendo Switch. We were introduced to the Joy-Cons, a lot of unique stuff that they have shown with the Joy-Cons, motion controls once again. Followed by me announcing the winners of the Pokemon Moon plus eShop cards giveaway. There were 3 prizes in total. 1 copy of Pokemon Moon, and 2 Nintendo eShop cards. And then finally, the New York City ARC videos has officially started. As you can see me riding on the plane for the first time ever in DenoxSeries, and traveling to my childhood hometown. Here at 9:39 AM. So, my adventure begins. And this video then follows up with me meeting up with Super King 64. One of my gamer cousins who lives in the Bronx, as he takes me to different gaming stores.
I'm gonna show him every game there is, so his mind can be blown. I'm gonna convince him. That's my goal, to convince him to not like GameStop.
The first gaming store he took me in is one in the Bronx called the Game Express. It was a small store, but sure had a huge selection of games.
It's just an appetizer, man.
It's just an appetizer, huh? Then he took me to the J+L Games in Manhattan, New York. Not so far away from Times Square itself. And you're gonna see a lot of rare games indeed. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the fun and seeing everything that they have. And then the third gaming store he took me to was a real big one. It was Nintendo New York, formerly known as the Nintendo World Store in Rockefeller Center. I encourage you that if you have a steady income, just save up a few months, get the plane ticket, go to New York, and there you go. If I'm able to do it, anybody can. Before we go back to the New York videos, there were a couple videos not related to it that I made around this time. One was a discussion of my thoughts on the Wii U officially ending production and the pre-orders of the Nintendo Switch itself that has been sold out. Yeah, Nintendo has officially announced the death of the Wii U. And the next video was pretty much my first top 10 video I ever made in my YouTube channel since I started. And this is me showing off my top 10 best video games of all time. If you see the video, you will notice that I'm really into Nintendo, fighting, and JRPG anime games. I continue to use Red Kirby as my main in Smash Bros. You know how much I enjoy Kirby getting all kinds of powers by inhaling the characters? And yes, I'm talking about the Wii U version of Smash, not the ultimate one on the Switch of course, since in early 2017, that game did not exist yet. Now going back to the New York videos, I decided to meet up with a long-time online friend who is a big Pokemon fan, and his YouTube name is Latios NYC, and we met him in Nintendo New York.
4chan was when I was kind of starting to get my roots and everything. That's where I met Denox as well as a few others. I believe it was a few others.
Then I was touring around the familiar areas where I was around when I was a little kid. Like this huge apartment building you see there. I used to live on the very top floor. And as I keep walking around, I pass by my old Pentecostal church, which is Monte de Sion, and then I met up with my longtime childhood friend, Joe Sozano. We're about 3 years apart. How old are you now? 27?
26. Well, about
26?
to be 27 in 2.
And it's about to be 16 years since we haven't met, literally. Such a nostalgic trip it was indeed. And also, I kinda regret going to New York City on January rather than February because I found out after my New York trip that CND, aka Captain Nintendo Dude, came to wait online for a Nintendo Switch during the entire month of February.
And I really wanted to meet this guy. Technically, if I knew that he would be there.
Being at the store, so.
Oh, that's true.
Crazy, but now I'm here for a month, so.
That's true, because actually my friend Denox, shout out to my boy Denox, he was the one that introduced me to this gentleman right here, and I actually wanted to come out and see it myself, and like I said, that area is right here. So I wanted to give him a shout out real quick because he was the one that introduced me to this gentleman right here, so.
What a missed opportunity. I could have been there and made a video with him. And since we are going by the order of date that these videos were uploaded in chronological order, I will have to talk about first the one video I made of me tasting my Nintendo Switch cartridge. If you remember correctly, these has some pretty interesting taste to prevent kids from licking or consuming it.
Okay. No. Yeah.
Nope.
And now going back to the New York videos, I visited a couple of gaming stores with both Joe Solzano and Isamar, old childhood friends of mine. Of course, GameStop was one of the places I visited, and then a Best Buy in 14th Street.
Man, you could be here all day, man.
Yeah. When I'm in GameStop, I'm usually here at the very least a half an hour. And afterwards, we went to the Video Games New York store, located in 202 East 6th Street. It is a very small store, but it's cramped with more games than you can imagine. If you want variety, here is the place to go. Just like J plus L games, but the prices are much better than J plus L. You do not want to know the prices in J plus L. Trust me.
Here, I'm behind you. So, what do you think about this store? I'm gonna tell you my opinion very soon. So far, it pretty much has almost every game in existence.
Nostalgia-wise, yeah. PS2,
A lot of PS2 games.
Sega Genesis, Game Boy.
Then on my final day of being in New York City, I went to my old childhood school I used to study as a kid, called the Lee School at 567 Keystone Avenue in Brooklyn, New York City, with Joe as well. This place just gives me a lot of nostalgia all around, seeing all those old classrooms, the cafeteria, playground, and even the gym.
This is basically where I hang my bags. This is the room I was in my final year of Lee School back in 1999 to 2000.
And the final video of the first season of the Denox New York City arc is me showing off all my gaming items that I have bought here in the Big Apple.
It's pretty much a GameStop exclusive. GameStop was the one I think that published it.
Then I spent some time playing video games with Super King 64. Afterwards, he took me to the airport as I await for my departure back to Puerto Rico. This video ends the New York City arc of DenoxSeries. Now let's go to the other videos I did around that time and afterwards. Next, I did a full late unboxing of the Nintendo Switch system, which I got 2 weeks after release because Amazon was taking quite a long time for these consoles to get to Puerto Rico. The price to pay for not having any more GameStops in Puerto Rico.
You can use this for now. So that's what I'm planning to do. It shouldn't feel that bad. I can play Breath of the Wild or a few other games like this. What I have here, as you can see in the screen, I already selected the Amiibo, but you can also select Magnuses, but of course we're going to want to select Amiibo.
Speaking of GameStop, I was talking about the beginning of GameStop's downfall as they were closing down many GameStops all across the US, like 200 plus of them to be exact.
Forcing people who works in GameStop to lie to their customers, saying that they don't have new games and you have to buy the used games. Yeah, you remember that, right?
Yep, GameStop will never return to Puerto Rico now. And I also talk about in a podcast video of why I never ever owned a single Xbox console in my entire life. Well, I was just not into the Xbox. There was some time in my life I kinda was. Then I did a video showing off all the Japanese import games that I owned up to this point. It's not a big collection, but it's sure something.
And this is like a crossover of old Shonen Jump main protagonist and all that stuff, just like J-Star's Victory Versus.
Then I talk about the NES Classic Edition being discontinued by Nintendo so quickly, which was very disappointing. But thankfully a year later or so, they became widely available in retail again, as you probably already know. Then I was talking about my thoughts on the new Nintendo 2DS XL that is just about to be released at that time.
Let's see how many DS's we have now. We got the Nintendo DS, the Nintendo DS Lite, Nintendo DSi, Nintendo DSi XL, Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo 3DS XL, Nintendo 2DS, new Nintendo 3DS, new Nintendo 3DS XL, and now new Nintendo 2DS XL. That's 10 DS's already. 10 different types of DS, literally.
And then I did a very interesting tech review of a backlit Game Boy Color clone made in China called the GB Color. This is a Game Boy that can play original Game Boy and Game Boy Color cartridges. All the Game Boy and Game Boy Color games will read just fine there, but will obviously not take any Game Boy Advance games. Then I showed off my anime DVD collection around this time as well. My channel may be more focused on gaming, but I also am passionate about anime as well.
Like literally when I watched this for the first time, I just want to keep watching the next episode and the next until it was over.
Afterwards, I made a second tour on Game on Magic West to update the gaming stock of May 2017, where you will start seeing some Switch games in stock as well.
We got the games of the DS, we got Vitas, we got tablets.
Well, they have the Mario case thingy.
Yeah, we got here 3DS games.
Then I start preparing a video to encourage my subscribers to make a video of them saying their honest thoughts on my videos overall. If they do, they will have a chance to win a gift card, and their video to be featured in my channel afterwards. Next is the video of this year's Puerto Rico Comic Con that happened in San Juan. This time, I prepared myself to cosplay as Diddy Kong at the event, and it came out pretty decently well.
They were all my favorites, but I couldn't choose between one of them because I just wanted to buy one. They didn't want to spend too much money on it. So yeah, got the Street Pass on right now.
It sure was a fun day that I spent there with my friend Chris, aka Wrinkle Freaky. The last few videos are mostly discussion videos, so let me go through those quick. The first one was a joke video in a way saying rumors that Breath of the Wild is coming for PS4, which was utter bullcrap. I talk about the Nintendo Switch Online info and also the E3 Spotlight, and they barely got views whatsoever, so that's why I decided that I plan to tone down the videos I do that many other people does, but the popular guys get a lot more exposure. These videos probably came in like the 20th page or so when you search for these. Poor view count, huh? Then I did a video dedicated to all the upcoming amiibos coming out for the rest of the year in 2017. This was one of the last videos I ever did that I dedicated a video on amiibo updates. The current one is Amazon exclusive. And I believe the Cloud is a GameStop exclusive. The final discussion video I did was the announcement of the SNES Classic Edition that will be coming out later in 2017 at the time. Star Fox 2. Star Fox 2 has never been released in North America or anywhere else in the world, not even Japan. And that concludes the first half of the 2017 timeline of the history of the Denox series. Next part, guess what? I visit New York once again for the second time, but not long after I enjoyed that trip, the Hurricane Maria incident in Puerto Rico happened at that time. You will find out what happened to this channel at the time and how was I able to come back from it. So until next video guys, take care, God bless, and stay cool. Bye bye. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If you want to see more from me, click a video on the left side of the screen. We also have DenoxSeries merchandise available on my TeePublic link below if you want to own t-shirts like this you see on your right. Also be sure to join my DenoxSeries Discord server to connect with people into gaming, tech, anime, and related. Hope to see you there.